All right, welcome to the Lowdown, brought to you by Unibet. I'm Dev Sahni, and joining me today is British middleweight title challenger, the man looking to snatch the belt of Denzel Bentley on April 15th, the one and only Keiran Smith. How are you, mate?
How's it going, Dev? I'm good. You?
I'm good. I'm good. I saw on your Instagram you said something like you're happy and you're dangerous, and it looks like you're in a good place heading into this fight.
Oh, definitely. A happy fighter's always a dangerous fighter, isn't it? So I'm in a good place, and I just can't wait to get cracking now.
Why are you so happy? Why are you so dangerous? What's been going on? Why has this camp been so good?
I'm up at middleweight for super welter. The cut's not as bad. Training performance is through the roof through it. Everything's just I've ticked all the boxes. I'm just ready to go.
Yeah, we've seen you on BT Sport before. It was against Troy Williamson. It was your only loss in your career, and it was down at super welterweight. Was that just too hard to do?
I just took too much of my body, Dave. I was holding on to super welterweight because I wanted to crack at that British title, and I just took too much of my body one too many times.
Hmm. So what's this version of Keiran Smith like then?
I'm bigger, I'm stronger. Obviously, you make the weight easier. It's a lot more comfortable for me. I'm spending a lot more time in the gym, not cutting weight, but actually performing and practicing, rather than always being focused on cutting weight and worrying about that side of things.
So we've, from our end, we just see a poster pop up as boxing fans, or even as people that work in boxing, we just see a poster pop up, right? And it's got the two guys on it. For you, I guess that means so much more. You talked about how you wanted that British title down at super welterweight. Well, this is the chance now for you to become British champion at middleweight. How much does this mean to you?
Oh, it's everything. This is it. This propels my career or sets me back massively. You know what I mean? I'm back at the bottom of the pile. I get beat here, and it's my big chance, and I'm ready to take it.
What's the journey been like? I mean, again, yeah, for us, we just see two fighters get in the ring, but this must be the result of years and years of hard work to get to this point. What's that journey been like for you?
It is, and it's been years and years of hard works and knockbacks, and people only see the tip of the iceberg, and it's honestly it's been years. I know 90% of guys put in my situation would have jacked boxing by now. Um, I've never made a living, so to speak, out of boxing, money wise, anything. And now's my chance. Now's my time to do that.
Did you consider jacking it at any point?
Nah, there was some frustrating points, but I've got a pretty resilient mindset. And of course I've had low points, but I've always managed to pick myself up. I've never ever chucked in the towel and been like, nah, that's it. There's never been a point where I've ever thought about that.
Well, it's Denzel Bentley. He is the man in the opposite corner. He is the British middleweight champion. April 15th, you'll be taking him on. What do you think of him? When I just say Denzel Bentley, what do you think about?
He's a good box fighter. Um, he's a very good box fighter. I believe or watching video analysis of him, he's pretty strong. He's pretty tough. He's pretty durable, but I believe I can outbox him.
What did you make of his fight with Jana Bick?
What did I make it? I thought it was a good fight. I didn't think it was the same Jana Bick as we've seen before, and I think Jana Bick ended up falling into cruise control, to be honest, throughout the fight. And that's no disrespect to Denzel Bentley, but I believe that Jana Bick's got more gears than that, and I believe that he's trying to out bigger opposition into fights.
Oh, so you think he was kind of performing within him? Janibek, this is performing within himself to lure the other names to a fight with him.
Yeah, to lure the big names and the big paydays, because as we know, Jana Bick can't get that at the moment. Everybody's avoiding him.
Well, I mean, Denzel Bentley's got a lot of praise for that performance. Sometimes when you lose a fight, your stock can go up. We've seen that with Anthony Yarde against Beterbiev as well. Denzel Bentley against Jana Bick seems to be another one of those things. Do you think his stock has gone up maybe more than it should? Do you think people are giving him more praise than he deserves for that performance?
I think that, to be honest, his stock has gone up from the fight a lot, and a lot of people are talking about that. Whereas, to be honest, they've never spoke about some of his pretty good wins. When they're speaking of this loss, you know what I mean? You're talking about like Mark Heffron and stuff like that, that he's beat. I think that's a good scalp, if I'm honest. And there isn't much praise goes with that, but a lot of praise goes with getting beat off Jana Bick, who's kind of in cruise control.
So you do rate Bentley as a fighter, then you know, what attributes do you think
Of
you
course.
can? Yeah, I mean you've got to, haven't you? But what attributes do you think you can bring to trouble him?
6'2", very, very good at boxing, and I can fight inside. There's, I believe it'll be a pretty explosive fight. I believe that I can outbox him at range, and if things go inside, I can more than hold my own in there.
Okay, I mean I've got a quote from him here, and he said you're going to be tricky. You're not a bad fighter, but he doesn't see much danger from you. So do you think he's underestimating the kind of, I don't know, your power, or maybe you're underestimating you in general for this fight?
Well, if he doesn't see any problems, then he's definitely underestimating me. Believe that.
And what are the problems? Do you think you can hurt him on the inside? Because his main thing is he's saying he doesn't see much danger from you, which for me suggests he doesn't think you could hurt him.
I don't need to hurt him without boxing, but I believe I can hurt him. He's a man with 2 arms, 2 legs. He can be hurt. He's been hurt before. You look at Jana Bick fight. Watch the 12th round, right? Look at Felix Cash. Watch that fight. He's been hurt. He can be hurt.
Do you think he'll struggle to get up for a Keiran Smith fight after just, tasting Las Vegas, tasting world level against Jana Bick, and now in a loss, he has had to drop back down to British level here? Or at least, it's a British title fight. Yep. Do you think he'll struggle mentally to get up for Keiran Smith after fighting Jana Bick?
I'm not sure. It's not my place to say that, and I'm not really interested, if I'm honest.
You're up for it though, aren't you?
100%. This is my time. He's had his crack at the whip. This is my time.
The British Boxing Board of Control have ordered, I guess, the winner of this fight to fight Hamza Shiraz. I mean, you could be in a spot where you come over here, you beat Denzel Bentley, then you go and fight Hamza Shiraz, and you beat Hamza Shiraz. You're just taking apart Frank Warren's middleweight stable.
No, that's the plan. That's the plan.
He thinks he's more powerful than you, Denzel. I was watching an interview with him. He thinks he's more powerful. And he actually, the thing that you said, you think you can outbox him. That's kind of sounds like your plan in there. He believes that he can outbox you in there as well. So he's, do you think that's possible? Have you given that any thought? Do you rate his boxing ability against yours?
No, I believe I've got all the tools to beat him in that department. I believe I've got a better pedigree than him in the boxing department. 100%.
Are you wary of his power? He has got plenty of knockouts on there.
No, I'm not wary of it. No, it's all about who performs in the night. He should be just as wary of my power as I am of his, especially middleweight.
The power's gone up with the extra poundage.
Yeah, I've been in there with loads and loads of guys with loads of powers, loads of power, loads of knockouts and stuff like that. Sparred loads of guys, and I always hold them on. It's not like I'm ever not holding them on against any of these guys.
Do you think his the way that the Jana Bick fight went for him, and the accolades that he got, do you think his self-belief would have gone up, and he's going into this, even in a loss, he's going into this as a sort of confident fighter who believes he's at a different level to you?
Possibly so, but he's still coming off a loss. So I don't. If it was me, I couldn't see why you would get more confident for coming off a loss for somebody who's just outboxed you for 12 rounds and you're going in against another boxer.
I hear you. I hear you. Well, look, you've already said what a win would mean to you. It's the result of years and years of hard work. It's also, it looks like a good time in Scottish boxing. Like there's a sort of resurgence going on. There's Nathaniel Collins picked up the British title, Lee McGregor, and Josh Taylor's obviously flying high at the moment. Is this a bit of a resurgent period for Scottish boxing?
Definitely, and I pick up that British title, and hopefully we can get big nights back in Scotland with loads of big titles on and stuff like that. With a lot of champions.
Well, look, you guys just lost a great champion as well, Ken Buchanan as well. I mean, have you got any words that you want to say about him? I know he influenced many within boxing.
Yeah, to be honest, he wasn't someone I was ever around, but he was a massive part of the Loch End gym as well, where I used to go and spar Josh Taylor and guys, John Thane and stuff like that. And I believe that he was a great guy to be around, even in his later years of his life. And just thoughts go out to all his family.
Yes, yeah, we echo that here. Well said. Well, look, final thing from you. Tell us what's going to happen. What is going to happen on April 15th?
I outboxed Denzel Bentley, and don't be surprised if you see a late stoppage.
Okay. All right. Well, look, pleasure speaking to you. Thank you for giving me a little bit of your time today, and I will see you next week.
Problem,
all right, mate.
See you next week. Take
Cheers.
care of yourself.